Hey guys, it's Natalie. Welcome to Natalie Creations. I finally get to make one of these card making videos. So obviously this is my first one. Um, well, I still have a lot to work on, so I want you guys to be harsh, but don't be mean. Tell me what you think about my video, my style, or there's anything, any kind of suggestion that you like to give me. I would really appreciate it. So for today, I'm going to show you how to make this card. This card is actually made for the challenge on Embellish magazine. It has black, red, and pink, as you can see. I'm going to stop yapping, and we're going to get right into making the card. Okay, so to get started, I have some cardstock from We Are Memory Keepers. This piece of cardstock is measured 4 1/4 times 5 1/2, of course after being folded right in the middle. And then I have this pink cardstock that's measured 4 times 5 1/4. I also have some scrap paper in red and white. They're all cardstocks from We Are Memory Keepers. I'm going to work on this pink piece first. I have this new stamp set from Hero Arts and I'm so excited to use it. It's their all occasions messages, and I'm going to use the message that says, "I have you in my heart." And I'm going to stamp it onto my pink cardstock. So I'm just laying my stamp onto a flat surface to make sure that it's straight, and then I'll just put my acrylic block right on top of it. I'm going to use some StazOn ink just because I'm going to be doing some embossing on top of it a little later. I don't want it to smear or anything. So here I'm just inking up my stamp, and I want this message to be at the bottom left of this piece of cardstock. Lovely. I also have this new cling stamp from Hero Arts. It's called the Floral Background. It's a large piece of stamp and it's really pretty. And it's obviously the first time I used this too. It's large and I don't have the block for it, so I just lay it flat on my work surface, ink it up, and stamp it by putting my cardstock on top of it. So you see what I do is that I put one hand on the piece of cardstock and use the other hand to apply pressure to make sure that the ink covered the piece of cardstock evenly. And I'm using Distress embossing powder, by the way. Next, I'm gonna cover my stamp piece with zinc clear embossing powder. I don't have the container for it yet, so I'm just gonna pour it out from the container that it comes in. I just want to make sure that the embossing powder is evenly covered the entire piece of cardstock. You can see I'm trying to be stingy here. But I mean, the little goes a long way. I just want to flip it over and tap on the back of it to make sure the excess falls off onto that piece of scrap. And I'm just going to put the extra powder back into its container for the next use. I'm going to use the heat tool to heat emboss the piece. So basically I just move the heat tool around to make sure that the paper doesn't curl. And you can see it's changing its powdery texture to a clear raised image on top of the cardstock. I'm going to use my corner chomper to round these corners on this piece of cardstock. You see my corner chomper is broken. I pack it on the plane with me to go from New York to where I live, and it couldn't survive. Here I'm using the 1/4 of an inch corner to round up these corners on this pink piece of cardstock. Next, I'm using this 1 inch circle punch to punch out 3 circles on this piece on the top part. So I punched the one in the middle first to make sure that they're spaced out evenly. So, and then I just eyeball the other 2 to make sure that they're on this. 3 of them are on the same line. Okay, so the pink piece is ready to be attached to the card base, but before doing that, I'm going to tie a bow around it. Okay, so I'm just going to trim off these ends on this knot rather than a bow, and then I'm ready to adhere it to the card base. I am using Making Memories sticky squares, and to be honest with you, this is the first time I tried them, and they were super duper sticky. I don't know if it's because I have short nails, but I had a really hard time trying to get the backer sheet off of them. I don't know, I'll try them again and let you know, but they're sticky. Okay, so here is a piece of scratch paper that I had from other projects I didn't use. For some reason it's in a shape of a scallop circle. I'm using 2 consecutive scallop edges as part of my heart shape. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see. So I'm sketching out a heart using that part of the scallop edge circle. My camera is not doing a very good job here, but I hope you can see. Yeah, like that. And then I'm gonna cut it out. Here we go. There's a cute little heart shape that's gonna eventually go onto the card. I actually wanted to pop out a little more, so I'm gonna adhere it to a piece of white cardstock. And then I'm going to cut around it to leave a little bit of the white border to make sure that it stand out from the black background of those circular windows. There we go. I think I like it much better. What do you think? Yeah, it's actually pop out a lot more. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to make 3 hearts for my card. Here we go. Here's the 3 hearts, and they are not even. One of them is significantly smaller than the other 2, which I'm gonna place it in the middle. Something like that. And of course I'm gonna put dimensionals behind them just so they can pop out a little bit. And once again, here are the sticky squares. And I actually have trouble getting the backer sheet off of it still. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to use Ranger's glossy accent on the hearts. Because I have the shiny embossed background, I want to carry on that shine onto the other elements of the card. So basically I'm just squeezing the gel from the glossy accents applicator. It has a small tip at the end, so it's really easy for you to apply. And that finishes up the card. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you through your comments and suggestions. I'll catch you later. Bye.